The wait is finally over, and the silence from Cupertino has been broken by a series of supply chain leaks, so massive they are threatening to reshape the entire professional desktop market. For years, the tech world has been asking one simple question: where is the real successor to the 27-inch iMac? We watched as Apple discontinued the Intel-based iMac Pro, then killed off the larger consumer iMac, leaving a gaping 32-inch hole in the lineup that forced every professional into a messy web of cables, Mac Studios, and expensive external displays. But today, the leaked internal code named J833C has surfaced, and it confirms what we've all been dreaming of: the return of the iMac Pro. This isn't just a spec bump. We're looking at a total industrial redesign, a massive 32-inch 6K Pro Display XDR-grade panel, and the debut of the M5 Ultra chip in an all-in-one chassis. The implications are staggering. Apple is essentially preparing to launch a machine that could cannibalize its own Mac Studio sales, and the reason why involves a high-stakes gamble on thermal engineering and the next generation of Apple silicon. Welcome back to my channel Tech Rivet for exclusive insights into the future of tech. Subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon for more tech updates. Asterisk to understand why this leak is sending shockwaves through the industry, you have to look at the specific display technology Apple has finally greenlit. According to internal reports from the supply chain in Taiwan, Apple has moved away from the standard LCD panels found in the 24-inch model and has instead opted for a 32-inch mini LED array with over 2,000 local dimming zones. This provides the deep blacks of OLED without the terrifying risk of permanent UI burn-in that has plagued professional editors who keep timelines and static toolbars on screen for 12 hours a day. But the display is just the tip of the iceberg because the real story lies deep within the motherboard. Leaked benchmarks for the H17C platform, which we now know is the M5 Max and M5 Ultra architecture, suggest a multi-threaded performance jump of nearly 40% over the current M4 Max. This is possible because of a new Fusion architecture that Apple has perfected for the 2026 cycle. By physically bonding two M5 Max dies with a high-speed interconnect that delivers over 2.5 terabytes per second of bandwidth, the iMac Pro will be able to handle up to 128 gigabytes of unified memory directly on the chip. Imagine opening a 3D scene in Blender or a massive 8K project in DaVinci Resolve and having zero lag because the GPU isn't waiting for data to travel across a motherboard. It's right there, baked into the silicon. The sheer scale of this power requires a cooling system that Apple hasn't used in an all-in-one since the original Space Black iMac Pro. The leaks suggest a dual centrifugal fan setup and a significantly thicker chassis than the razor-thin 24-inch model. This isn't about being thin anymore. It's about being a beast. Speaking of the chassis, the design language is shifting toward the Industrial Pro aesthetic. We are hearing reports of a return to the Space Black finish with a nano-texture glass option that virtually eliminates glare. The stand is also rumored to borrow heavily from the Pro stand found on the XDR display, allowing for height and tilt adjustments that the consumer iMacs simply can't match. But here's where the leak gets truly controversial: the port selection. Sources claim Apple is debuting Thunderbolt 5 on this machine, supporting up to 120 gigabits per second of data transfer. This means you could potentially run two 6K external displays and a massive NVMe RAID array, all from a single cable setup. It's the dream of a one-cable workspace finally realized at the highest level of performance. The timing of this release is also calculated with surgical precision. With WWDC 2026 just around the corner, internal code discovered in the macOS Tahoe beta has already revealed references to a high-power mode, specifically for a desktop device with an integrated 32-inch display. This isn't just a rumor anymore. It's a software reality. Apple knows that the professional community has been hesitant to fully embrace the Studio Plus display workflow because it lacks the elegance of the original iMac. By launching this now, they are targeting the millions of users still clinging to their 2017 and 2019 iMacs who have refused to upgrade until a proper 32-inch replacement arrived. This is the machine that will finally force the upgrade. However, the most explosive part of these leaks surrounds the price and the entry-level configuration. In a move that is classically Apple, the base model is rumored to start with a 1 terabyte SSD and 32 gigabytes of unified memory, effectively killing off the base model bottleneck that has frustrated users for years. But that performance comes at a premium. We're looking at a starting price that could easily sit between $3,400 and $4,000. Is a 32-inch all-in-one worth that much when you could get a Mac Studio for less? The answer lies in the integration. When you factor in the cost of a 32-inch mini LED 6K monitor, which on its own costs thousands, the iMac Pro starts to look like a bargain for a high-end studio. As we look closer at the silicon, the M5 Ultra is expected to feature a 36-core CPU and up to 80 GPU cores. This is a level of power that was previously reserved for the Mac Pro Tower. By putting this into an iMac, Apple is signaling that the all-in-one is no longer just a consumer product. It is the flagship of the entire Mac ecosystem. The internal cooling will be the make-or-break factor. If Apple can keep the M5 Ultra from thermal throttling in that slim, all-in-one frame, it will be the most impressive feat of engineering since the transition to Apple Silicon began. The industry is also buzzing about a neural accelerator baked into every core of the M5. This isn't just about faster video rendering. It's about the future of AI-driven creative work. Whether it's real-time rotoscoping, AI upscaling of low-res footage, or local LLM processing, the iMac Pro is being positioned as the ultimate AI workstation. The leaked documents suggest that Apple has optimized macOS Tahoe specifically for this hardware, allowing the OS to offload background tasks to the high-efficiency cores while the performance cores focus entirely on your creative apps.